I'm just eating a couple crackers real quick so I can take my pill.
Oh, okay.
Do you like crackers? I fucking love just plain saltine crackers.
I love crackers.
They're fucking delicious.
Did you know that supposedly graham crackers were created to stop people from masturbating?
I feel like I've heard this.
Isn't that, like, I don't understand the thought process in that. Like, oh, they're just going to get bored and stuff their mouth instead of jerk their dick?
I mean, I don't know.
Like, do you think if you were about to jerk off and I walked in your room and offered you a graham cracker, you'd be like, well, I could eat the graham cracker instead?
Do you guys like
Coming up.
Ah, he will be a wise warrior.
That's what exactly. I'm almost like.
I learned during this movie I have another Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jake Gyllenhaal type thing with an actor.
Oh,
Nasty.
no, it's good.
Oh, really? That did not sound like it was a good tasting sound.
Well, it's that sneak energy or whatever, and I really like this flavor. One of the Skarsgård from this movie, don't even know his name. Like,
Alexander Skarsgård?
yeah, but like his name in the movie. Yeah, Amleth.
Amleth, yeah.
Yeah,
Amleth.
that's some weird fucking names.
Yeah. Did you notice in this? If we're talking about the Northman for people, I guess we
Yeah.
started.
Sure.
We're just started talking about the movie, whatever. But did you notice while watching it that this is Hamlet, basically? Like, did you catch on it? Because this is the folktale that Hamlet was based on.
Yeah, I mean I feel like this format has been used thousands of times.
Yeah, but
not necessarily with like, the kid's father getting his head chopped off right in front of him to that extent. But yeah, I feel like this format has been used a ton. I feel like I remember you saying that it was kind of like Hamlet. I forgot about that.
No, yeah, I forgot too. I forgot I read that. So watching it, I was like, oh yeah, this is what Hamlet was based on. I completely forgot about that.
And it's been years since I've seen any Hamlet rendition.
Yeah, no, me too. So like I know it, but I didn't know it as well. And then also this is different.
Yeah.
But I am curious. Because watching this, you know how like we watch the Marvel movies, we'd play that game like, hey, did Hess like the movie or not? Watching this, I was very interested if you how what your thoughts were on it, because it didn't feel like your type of movie to me. So I'd be
really
like,
okay.
Well, like it did in parts, but in some parts it didn't.
Yeah.
So I was just curious on your thoughts of like the style of the movie and stuff.
Okay. Overall, I enjoyed the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I liked the movie.
Like, what would you give it out of 10?
Maybe like let's say like a 7.6.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah. The only stuff I didn't like was like the spiritual stuff, like with the family
that's
tree.
Stuff I was wondering if you would like or not.
Yeah, like that to me, they could have just cut out and probably made the movie 20 minutes shorter. Like it didn't. I don't think it was necessary for the storyline.
I will agree. It wasn't necessary. I thought it was neat, but I agree with you there. It's not really necessary for the whole movie.
Like when they're like, I know, because like in the beginning when he's with his father and they're like acting like dogs eating out of the bowls,
and then the kid farts and the dad's like, he will be a wise warrior.
Yeah, but I
love that.
Either the transition was just like perfect, or did they were floating above where they were doing like the ceremony, right?
It seemed like that, yeah.
Because see, then like it immediately transitioned to where they killed his father. Yeah. So did them eating that or whatever take them to that,
I think I have a little bit of an answer for this from reading the trivia. All the title cards in the movie, I guess, were the studio told them to edit in later. Yeah, the acts. So that way, people knew that time was passing. So I guess originally none of those were in the movie. So maybe this was just another instance of time passing like that. But I get what you're saying, because with a lot of the spiritual stuff that happened in this movie, it wasn't really apparent if it really happened or not. If it was just a scene we're seeing, like it's supposed to mean something, you know?
Yeah.
Like with them floating, like did they really float, or like with like when the lady on the horse is flying up into the gates of Valhalla and whatever?
Yeah, I don't know who that bitch was.
Like, was that real? Because we only saw her like that one time.
Yeah, I don't know who that was either. I'm like, who is this? Was that his lady?
Because it was she had the same color hair, but like that's about it. So like I don't know.
Well,
that
looked
confused
like
me.
She was TikToked a little bit. I mean, she
Well, she looked almost like a White Walker.
like she was messed up looking. But yeah, I mean, I did. I liked the movie.
Mhm.
I did not see the turn that basically his mother wanted his father killed. Like I was like, oh bitch. That sounds like I'll be killing this bitch. I was like, didn't see that coming. So that kind of, I mean, I liked that because like I said, I didn't expect it. So I was like, oh, okay. And then for her to be like that, I mean, I know the thing that, you know, the guy that he fought at the end,
his
uncle? His uncle. I have a couple things on this, and I guess we'll just get them out there, and then we can discuss as see fit. So, in the beginning of the movie, Amleth is, what do you say, 6 to 8 years old?
Yeah, about. Yeah.
Okay. At the end, did they say how much time had passed?
No, it just says years later too. When he becomes an adult, I noticed that.
I mean, but he's like an adult. So I mean, I was thinking like 20, 25, maybe 30. The uncle didn't look like he aged like hardly at all.
I did think that was a little lame too. They didn't age up him or fuck. What was who? I can't think of the mom. Who played the mom?
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, no, they didn't age Nicole Kidman up either.
Which I still can't stand her.
Oh, you don't like her? I didn't even know that. No, I don't remember. You hated her in Big Little Lies too?
Yeah, I didn't like her.
Wow.
I don't like her.
What is it about her you don't like?
I don't know. It's just something about the way she looks, and I think it's the way she talks.
So you'd probably hate it. Me. When's the last time you've been to the movie theater?
Oh, it's been a while.
Because now, before every single AMC showing, she walks into the theater and she sits down, like not actually in your theater, but on the screen, and she walks down and sits down, and there's like a whole thing, and she's watching movies, and it's like a fucking 2-minute thing. Taylor laughs, she loves it, but it annoys me and Nick. But at the end, she's like, AMC, we make movies better. But it plays before every single movie at AMC.
Right.
Yeah, so if you go to AMC, you're going to see her a lot.
There's a Harkins right down the street, so I guess I'll go to Harkins. But so I was very disappointed in that. I mean, and not to mention the dude was shredded out of his mind.
Yeah.
I mean, so was Skarsgård, but I'm like, this guy should be like 50, 60 years old. I mean,
yeah,
like,
he should be an old bastard at that point.
And I mean, he's got the fucking side cuts, and
I mean, maybe it is. It could be that spiritual stuff they do. Maybe some of it is real, and maybe it's making them look younger. I don't know. Maybe when they when they look out of their dog bowls, it like keeps them young.
But I'm just like, I was disappointed in that. I thought that was a mistake. I know when he goes away to fight them, he tells, Nicole Kidman and the son who's still alive, hide. So they just hid in a closet in her bedroom. That was like her room, because remember, he met her in that room before. Yeah. So, and then he goes in there, and then she comes out like a fucking batshit crazy orangutan.
Yeah, they both do.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and even the son just on his back. That was real stupid on their part, but I liked seeing them both die, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, me too. I was glad he killed him. I know he didn't want to, because he said, "I won't kill women and children." Which
since we're talking about the kids, the older brother.
Yeah,
that was gonna be Bill Skarsgård originally. Since we're a Skarsgård podcast now, that was supposed to be Bill Skarsgård, but I guess because of COVID and the delays and all that, he wasn't able to do the movie.
Interesting.
But so we could have had another Skarsgård in this, apparently.
That was. I mean, it wouldn't really matter because he didn't play that big a role in the movie.
No, he was just kind of like a little shithead. Like, I'm the prince now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I was happy to see them die too.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, I'm trying to think of what exactly. I liked how he killed his uncle's older son, and then took his heart.
Yeah, I like that. Like, and like,
I was like,
you can see too. They like, apparently, he must have like stabbed him in the face because like at his funeral, looked all prosthetic on his face.
yeah.
But
And then I do like how in the beginning of the movie, the guy that chases him down and catches him as a kid, he's there at the end.
You know, I like that little reveal of him, like when he's wearing the helmet and you just see his nose missing.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit! I'm like, he's still around.
And he goes back and he's like, I want the rest, and just sticks the sword through his fucking nose. That was. But good.
Yeah, so like, did you like it overall? What would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10, I would probably say I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I liked the spiritual stuff too. I thought it was neat looking, but I do agree with you that it wasn't necessary for the movie at all. It did feel very long. There was like a little.
It was like 2:15
when he was working as a slave. There was a minute there that I was like, can you just kind of hurry this up a little bit? But then he gets the sword and he starts killing people and shit starts happening and it gets pretty cool.
I was a little bummed that he just had like a bowl haircut like the entire movie.
I thought it was he cuts his own hair. And then, like, because some time passes later, then it's just like a perfect haircut.
Yeah, I was hoping he had like. I want to watch the series Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
There's a newer one on Netflix, I believe.
Well, there's the one. I think it used to be on Showtime, or I think it aired on Showtime.
It's a spinoff of that Vikings on Netflix.
Because I believe one of the guys at work. I told him we were going to watch this and do a podcast, so he watched it, and he's like, bro, that shit's whack, bro. He's like, it's stupid, and I'm like, for real? I'm like, you didn't like it? He's like, it was fucking stupid, bro.
Wow, he really didn't regret it all.
So then I was like, I finished it, and I was talking to him, and he's like, I go, oh, what'd you think about? He's like, I didn't even get that far. He's like, I stopped watching it. I'm like, you can't.
So he
can't say something.
He probably stopped like at the boy or something then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he probably
he didn't
Skarsgård.
He didn't like that part, like where they were acting like dogs and shit.
That was so strange, but I liked it. It was really,
so weird.
Everybody in this was really good too. Like
yeah,
everybody was great in this. It almost made me want like a TV show of these people just to keep seeing these characters.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, like I said, I really did enjoy it. I was happy that I watched it and that we're doing a pod on it. I did enjoy. I also liked too
the ending. It ended in a volcano. I forgot to mention that. I really liked that they fought in a volcano at the end. That was pretty cool. Reminded me of Star Wars.
I wanted Skarsgård to win, but
yeah.
I mean, not because at first I saw him cut his uncle's head off, and then they held that camera angle for 20 seconds. I'm like, is that a sword in his chest? I'm like, it is.
Yeah, I love the reveal. The body falls down and the sword's just staying there. That was really cool.
I was like, cool. I'm like, they both fucking killed each other at the same time.
He got got to have the visuals. He saw his wife again, or his girl with the babies and all that, like his spiritual stuff. And he seemed like, oh, I got revenge for my dad and all that. Even though apparently his dad wasn't even that great of a guy, after all.
Well, according to his mom.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Yeah. I wouldn't take Nicole Kidman's word for it.
It was so strange when she turned and she was like, I just want to suck your cock, basically, and we can rule together. And she started making out with her kid. I was like, okay, get the fuck out of here, Nicole. He's going to stab you. That's weird.
Yeah.
I did learn...
I would have cut her head off right there and just fucking been over with it. I'm not kidding. I would have been like, all right.
Swing. I learned during this movie I have another Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jake Gyllenhaal type thing with an actor.
Oh boy, here we go. Who is it?
You know how Ethan Hawke is in this? He's the dad?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Every time I see Ethan Hawke, I want to call him Kevin Bacon.
Oh God, I don't feel like that's close at all.
I don't know why. And Ethan Hawke was dressed in Moon Knight. He's the villain in it, and I'm watching it. And every time he pops up, I'm like, oh, Kevin Bacon's. I'm like, why? He's not Kevin Bacon. Why do I call? I don't understand it. It's just like the Jake Gyllenhaal, Joseph Gordon-Levitt thing, but it's these two now.
It's so weird because I feel like Kevin Bacon hasn't been in anything since Footloose.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we watched him in Friday the 13th for our podcast, and now he's just stuck in my head. I don't know.
But that's odd.
But yeah, that's always been a thing for me, and I'm just reliving it now. I completely forgot I mixed them up.
I mean, next it's gonna be me and Nick.
I know. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Nick, how you doing?" And I'm gonna start. Maybe I'm just losing my fucking mind over here.
It's possible. It's funny because when I was watching it, I meant to look up if that was Ethan Hawke because I'm like, I feel like that's Ethan Hawke, and then I never did. So thanks for confirming my.
Oh well, yeah, there you go. And then also my other trivia that I got besides the other Skarsgård, when he killed that one dude. When he had to fight him and get the big sword, which that was a really cool scene too. Although I have another question about that because I was really confused at the point.
Like the dead soldier guy or whatever?
Yeah, actually, so when he did that, were you confused when he fought him, did that shit, he froze him into the light, whatever, got the sword, and then all of a sudden he just walked up to the body, took it out of his hand and got it?
Well, I think that was like the dream shit.
Oh,
I think
so like was the first one not real at all though?
I think it was like he was fighting him in the spiritual world, like.
Oh, okay.
And then by defeating him in the spiritual world,
then he can
basically,
get the sword?
Yeah, he basically was like, "Oh, I can take the sword now." I think that's the way I interpreted it. I could be completely wrong on that.
That makes sense. I was just so lost at that point for that.
Yeah.
But I
actually thought my shit like skipped or something whenever at that part because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like. We were already here. I'm like, I already saw this, but then he just grabs it. So I'm like, yeah, that's the way I took it. I could be wrong, but that's the way I took it.
When he beheaded that guy and he took his head and put it by his ass, I saw in the trivia. Apparently, that was one way they would do it. And like in Game of Thrones, they burn the bodies so they don't come back to life.
Right.
So if you put the head by their asshole, apparently that's one way to do that, or burn their body.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you're ever going to murder someone, cut their head off and put it by their asshole, and then they won't come back to get you. According to this movie. According to this movie, at least in the spiritual world.
Well, it's funny, too, because when, after I watched this, I wanted to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I was like, fuck.
That's so funny. I was just looking at games on my PS5 the other day.
I have it.
I saw that on there for free, because I'd signed up for PS Now or whatever it's called, and I really thought about playing that after watching this movie as well. I was looking at that just the other day, and I thought about it.
I mean, I know we're doing our Red Dead stuff too, but you should see if we can play that together if cross-platform. I don't know. That's a thing.
That could be kind of fun.
Or you could just play on your. Well, I guess it wouldn't be free on the Xbox because I really enjoyed it. It's just, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of, and then like you have to learn like the spiritual shit, and then like it's just button combinations, and it's like Jesus Christ, like. I just want to go around cutting people's heads off. That's all I want to do. And then you have to like get on a boat and go to different islands and shit. It's like, I mean, it's fun. I need to devote more time to it. Yeah.
Well, do you have any other things you want to say about the Northman, or should we figure out what our next movie's going to be?
Does Westworld come out?
Westworld's the following week.
Okay, yeah, so we have one more movie.
Sunday, we have one more movie we could do before Westworld.
Okay.
So is there anything out there that you've been wanting to watch lately that you just haven't gotten around to, that you feel like watching, or do we want to try to find another Skarsgård thing? How we feeling?
I don't know.
You know what Nick suggested, and I know you're gonna be glad that I just said no and we're doing this instead of the Northman because Jurassic World, the new one, came out. Nick was really trying to get me to suggest us do a Jurassic Park podcast, and I was like, one, I don't think there's any way in hell Hess would ever, and two, I just really don't want to watch those movies. They're not great. They're pretty bad. But so I told him no.
Well, and then I heard that like the
new one's supposed to be horrible.
I mean, I've heard from like a lot of people, like people I know, are just
Nick and Mima went and saw it, and they said it was bad.
Yeah, well, that's pretty bad when Nick says it's bad, because I feel like Nick likes pretty much anything and everything he sees.
Yeah,
not to that extent, but I mean,
I've never really usually hate things.
Right, I've never really heard Nick go in on hating a movie. Oh, you know what? I don't know if you've seen it or not, or if it would even make sense to do, but have you seen James Bond No Time to Die?
That's the new one, right?
I think so.
If it is the new one, then yes, I saw it. But I would totally watch it again if you wanted to watch it.
I've never seen any James Bond movies.
I've just recently started watching them, but I've really
Well,
I've only seen the new guy, Daniel Craig. I've only seen his. I haven't.
Yeah,
seen
this has Daniel Craig in it. I think it has what's his face. It's got Rami Malek in it.
Yeah, Bernard's in it. Yeah,
Yeah, and I thought it had Christoph Waltz, but maybe that was someone else.
Oh yeah, he is in it because he's the villain.
Okay.
He's the villain of a previous one, and he's in this one also.
Okay. I mean, did you have a movie that you wanted to watch?
I didn't really. I completely forgot to think of a movie. I just figured we would come up with one on the podcast.
Because the only other movie that I openly remember and want to watch is that new Adam Sandler movie on Netflix.
Oh, I would do that too because that's completely different. Nick loved that movie too, but like you said,
no, I know he told me, but it's about like basketball.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's why I was like, I don't know if you'd want to watch.
I mean, I'd give it a whirl.
I mean, it's up to you. We can do either one. I'm up for 007 or Hustle. You pick.
You know what? Let's do Hustle because it's new. And,
okay.
And it's different. We'll try something different. We'll see. Maybe this will convert me, and I'll be fucking. I won't shut up about basketball after this.
All right, we'll see.
Or I'll never talk about it again in my life. It'll go either way potentially. Who knows? Do you have any stories or anything going on in your life before we wrap up the bachelor party?
I don't think so. Other than my swelling.
An update? Want to give an update?
Coming down.
You need any relief since the last podcast?
Oh yeah, I just I've been taking my antibiotics and swelling's come way down. Just a little bit of swelling here. Mm-hmm. Supposed to have it taken out next Tuesday, so we'll see if that.
Okay. And then after that, is that good, or do you have more shit you have to do after that?
No, they're gonna put the implant in that day, and then according to the oral surgeon, the implant takes 4 months to heal.
Oh,
and then once it's healed, then they'll put like the tooth.
Oh,
so yeah, I don't know how that works out, but I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, yeah.
Well, it stop hurting. That's all I care about.
Oh yeah, that's all I give two fucks about is to stop fucking hurting. Because I sleep on my right side of my face, and I haven't been able to do that, so I have not been sleeping a lot.
That sucks.
Yeah, because I legit lay on my stomach and with my head on my right cheek, and it's the worst.
Mouth pain in general too. It's just so hard to get sleep, anyways.
Yeah.
And then if it's swollen, you can't even lay how you normally lay. I hate that so much too.
It is. It does. It sucks. But thankfully, and I mean, and I honestly don't even think like they're that strong. But like they gave me Vicodin.
You're like they've been giving me meth, and it's been really helping me out some.
No meth, but I usually just take one before I go to bed, just so that I can
I get that makes sense.
Yeah, so I can go to sleep. Because if not, I mean, it's the worst.
That's
tooth pain. Brush your teeth, children.
Yeah.
Anyone listening, if you don't brush your teeth, brush your fucking teeth. Okay. Take care of your teeth, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's one thing you could go back in time and
blow
tell
your
young
fucking
self. Go back and brush your teeth.
Seriously. I tell my kids all the time, like, brush your fucking teeth. You gotta wipe your ass good.
Yeah, wipe your butt good and brush your teeth. That's all you gotta do.
Yep.
All right. You want to wrap up this bachelor party?
I think so, man. I think so.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked us, you go check out our Instagram. We got a Clips channel on YouTube now. You can follow us on Twitter and whatnot. And we'll see you guys next week for... Wait, do we even decide a movie?
Hustle, you said.
Hustle, yeah. Well, I've already forgot. Well, we'll see for Hustle. Now, hopefully, I don't forget about it by next week, and we're talking about basketball and whatnot. That'd be a little awkward. I'm like, no, I watched it. Start googling reviews for it just to read what they're saying.
I don't think you could pull it off like I did.
No, there'd be no way I could pull that off.
The Tupac Biggie show.
No. Like right before the show, I'd be like googling basketball tips.
Yeah,
just to say that.
You're like, I think he traveled a lot in that movie.
He definitely was Adam Sandler. That's for sure.
Yeah, Adam Sandler's in it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Pieces.